Welcome back to the World Junior Curling Championships 2013 here in Sochi, Russia. We had the page playoffs for the men's yesterday. It's now time for the women. My name is Sander Ulvåg. I'm joined by the ever so charming Sara Carlson.
Thank you, Sander. It's so lovely to be joining you once again.
Our future game here this morning will be between the Czech Republic and Russia in the 3-4 page. We'll take a look at the playoffs here. You'll see Scotland and Japan. They'll play just next to our sheet in the 1-2. The winner there will go to the gold medal final. The loser drops down to the semi-final and will play the winner of our game. The loser of our game goes to the bronze medal game, and the loser of the semi, of course, will pop down to the bronze final as well.
Here you see the lineup for Czech Republic. Lead, Alžbeta Bajdusova. Second, Klara Svatonyova. Third and skipping, Susanna Hajkova. And fourth, Iveta Janatova. Their alternate is Petra Vincova and team coach Karel Kubeska.
Russian lineup here is lead, Oksana Gertova. Second, Alexandra Saitova. Third and skip for Team Russia is Alina Kovaleva, and fourth player Yulia Porchunova. Their alternate player is Olesya Gloshenko, and team coach is Swedish Anders Kraup. You'll see that the Czech Republic will have the red stones and last stone advantage, Russia the yellow. I believe the Czechs were ranked third and Russia fourth, meaning that they didn't play the T-stone draw for the hammer on this occasion.
Both teams actually made the playoffs through tiebreakers. Russia beat Sweden, Czech Republic beat Denmark. And here they are, fight for the semi-final spot. So it is Russia to play the first stone. Oksana Gertova, lead for Russia. Anders Kraup, the coach, said that they were pretty much perfect in the tiebreaker game. They had played a pretty simple game, but key for them really was all the draws and come-arounds being absolutely perfect. So they are hoping to repeat that here today. First stone in the house from Russia, and looks like Czech Republic is going for a defensive start to this game, calling a hit here with Alžbeta Bajdusova's first stone.
So why are we seeing a defensive start to the game, Sarah?
Well, probably a couple of reasons. First of all, it's you play a 10-end game. You might want to just get comfortable first and get a good feeling for the ice. Just play some simple open shots. And second of all, this is playoffs. It's Players are probably starting to get a little bit nervous and maybe feel a bit pressure, so it might be a good thing to just ease yourself into the game with a couple of easier shots.
Yeah, we see the same over on sheet C, where we have the 1-2 page between Scotland and Japan. Same sort of end, just open hits, and we might just see a blank here in the very first end of both page playoff games. This is Alexandra Saitova. We've seen some players over curl in this spot before, and she's not even going to make contact with the red.
No early chance for Czech Republic to split the rings and sit two.
Yeah, just might be a bit too fresh all the way out there here in the first end. As we take a look at Klara Svatonovia.
Svatonova.
Sorry.
It's okay, it's not easy. But difficult surname or not. She makes a very good draw with her first. Big separation here between the stones. So we're just going to see Russia go for the hit and roll here. Just going to try and group the stones together to, after a while, be able to remove both. Saitova overcurling a little bit on that one as well and roll out, so Czech Republic will still be able to keep the separation. So first stone for Russian skip and third player, Alina Kovaleva. With this stone being a bit higher in the house, it makes the roll a bit easier. If you hit it thin, you can even get the double.
Well, looking pretty good here. That's a perfect shot. Gets to freeze even. And I'm pretty sure that shot's going to stop the Czech Republic from scoring two in this end. Susanna Haikova will just have to try and blast out the yellow here. Won't be able to do that. And all of a sudden it's Russia's turn to lie two here.
Yeah, really all it takes is one really good shot. Finds the nose there. Russia sits two. So Susanna Haikova like to get a roll in front of the back yellow here. We'll get them a bit closer together, might generate a double opportunity for Czech Republic later. Yulia Portunova playing 4th stones for Russia.
Iveta Yanatova with her first stone here in the 3-4 page game. Looks like she's put her curling house earrings back, but that's not going to help her here. Rolls out, and it's going to make it pretty easy for Portunova to lie to here.
Yeah, Portunova, 18 years old, but with quite the experience. She plays 3rd for Olga Yarkova in the women's tour. They've been doing really well, and she seems like a really tough player. No fear. Just looking for a top 8 foot here. Force Czech Republic to hit for 1. Last stone of the first end. Czech Republic and Iveta Yanatova looking to score 1 with a no seat here. She makes it, so early lead for Czech Republic here in the 3-4 page playoff game.
We also have a blank end between Scotland and Japan in the first end there. It was Hannah Fleming throwing the last stone to blanket, and Scotland will have hammer in the second end as well. Obviously the Czechs took 1 point here.
Yep, and when you score, you leave the hammer to your opponent, so Czech Republic will start this end. Alžbeta will come quite deep with her first stone all the way to the back 8-12 foot. So Russia will put up the corner guard, and we might see some stones in play, Sander.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. Trailing by 1 point now. Looking to score there too.
поближе. Нельзя. Можно поближе. Давай, 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 давай. Na 6-7, jo? 6. Za 7.
So Alsbeta being the new addition to the team this year. It was Eva Malkova that played lead for them in Östersund when they did make it to the final, only losing to Anna Fleming's team in the final, extra end.
Yeah, big development for this Czech team. Made the final last year and managed to make playoffs. See team stats overall here, quite close between the teams. 75% for Russia and 72% for Czech Republic. We've been seeing a lot of stats and talking about them throughout the week. What do they actually mean?
They don't necessarily mean a thing, but it will paint you, it'll paint you a picture of how the team's been performing. But if you call a very aggressive game, you'll be left with a lot more difficult shots, and you'll certainly make less shots that way. If you play a very open game or a defensive game, you'll obviously have easier shots and make a lot more shots. So you'll see probably the more aggressive games will have lower stats, and vice versa. But certainly you'll see the teams that are at the top of the table will usually outshoot the ones at the bottom, that's for sure.
CZE-RUS struggled a little bit with her takeouts in the first end. Looking for a roll towards the corner guard here.
Yeah, CZE-RUS is the only one that's been at the World Juniors before on this team. She was alternate for Anna Sidorova last year.
I believe they got the bronze last year playing Sweden. So definitely looking to improve here. So Svatonyeva will roll out, and chance for Russia to get in behind the corner guard now. This would be the type of shot that really gave Russia the upper hand in the tiebreaker yesterday. Just made all of these come-arounds really perfect.
Just gonna come a bit too deep with this one. So yeah, Haikova asking her front end how much they can see of the stun from the hack. I guess Haikova will have a little advantage playing this shot.
Well, yes, she is left-handed, so she plays from the other hack, which means that she can actually see a bit more of this than someone right-handed.
Yeah, and this will be her in-turn as well. I feel like sometimes maybe in-turns will curl a bit more than the out. So So a good chance to come around here and tap the Russian shot stone out.
Comes nicely by the guard. Maybe even have liked to roll out a bit more. Leaves Russia quite a nice roll back here.
Maybe just wanted to make sure that they were lying close enough to the pin. And Kovaleva is going to roll out here. And I think they're just going to clip the corner then. They certainly don't want to be forced to come around the corner guard. So they're just going to take it off.
Kovaleva just going to draw the other wing here. Looking to blank the second end.
And we have the same situation over on the 1-2 page. It's Scotland with the corner guard. Came around it. But Yoshimura was able to play the soft hit and roll towards the center line. And Hannah Fleming looks to play the hit and roll herself with her first shot. Well, that's pretty much the same for Yanatova and Portunova, 72%. Which is decent numbers for a fourth player.
Yeah, and that was a good shot right there. Just a nose hit, so Yanatova is going to try and repeat it. And then we're going to see Portunova trying to roll off with a blank. She'll roll out a little bit, actually making this shot maybe a bit easier for Russia. They won't have to roll as far. Last stone of the second end, Yulia Portunova with a hit and roll out to blank this. It looks like it'll just be a nose hit and Russia will score one back.
Yeah, certainly if you're going to miss the shot, you want to play the nose hit, not flash it and give up a steal. But it would certainly be nicer to blanket. After two, one each. And just saw Yoshimura come around the corner guard against Scotland after Hannah Fleming rolled out with her first shot. And that's forced him to play the draw here. Full 8-foot draw for Hannah Fleming to be the first team to score in the second end in the 1-2 page. And Hannah Fleming will make the draw for one. So after two ends, it's 1-0 for Scotland over Japan in the 1-2 page. And if you're wondering why we're not showing that game, the reason is that we'll be able to see either Japan or Scotland in the semi and or final, no matter what, on the stream, while the loser of this game will head to the bronze final, which will be played at the same time as the gold medal game. So this way we will be able to broadcast all teams in the playoffs.
Oh, and a nice shot there by Czech lead. Really a bit of a mistake from the Russian sweepers, just bringing that halfway in the house. You really want to be in front or all the way in, as Czech Republic were now able to hit and roll to sit corner guard. So Russia can't remove that stone, and Gertova will now be asked to put up a center guard.
Maybe overswept this one. It's going to come into the rings. Chance for the Czechs to play the hit and roll away from the corner.
I'll actually probably get two corner guards.
Not quite sure how you can roll without entering the rings, but still, if you roll in there, it's pretty fine. Looks to be over curling though. And it's going to tick off her own, slide in. Not too bad, but has moved that corner guard a bit too wide, although still usable. So we're going to have pretty much the same end as we had in the second. We'll have a corner guard in play. And the Czechs will just hope to make the hit and roll. The Russians will hope that the Czechs roll out so they can peel off the corner.
Oh, and a great roll by Svatonyeva there. Guard is really close to the house, so the double shouldn't be too complicated, but still. at least asking the question from Russia now. Oh, and she won't get the double and leave a Czech stone hanging all the way out there, so they are going to split the rings. So opportunity lost for Czech Republic. That one goes all the way through. And now it's just a single takeout for Russia rather than a double.
Jak se to čistili, no? Možná jo, no. V pohodě. Jdeme na 0. Nic zásadního se neděje. Нет. Krásný předchozí kámen. Stay, ček Oksana.
Gets the hit and sticks around. We might just be looking at another blank attempt here. First though, need to make a couple of good ones. Here is Haikova. Needs to roll in a little bit if she wants to keep the shooter in the rings.
Yeah, looks to be another blank over on sheet C as well, between Scotland and Japan. Only one stone in play as we speak. It's a red one, and Lauren Gray will just remove it with her yellow. So although that red stone's not in the house, it's the only stone that could put the Russians in trouble, so they are going to remove it and probably try and roll into the house if it's possible. But it's just going to roll a bit too far, erroring on the safe side. Now we did see the Czechs and Russians play each other in the round robin. It was quite the close game. It was tied up after 8 ends. Russia had the hammer in the 9th. The Czechs stole one, and I'm guessing the Russians went all out on the 10th end to score 2 and win the game, because the Czechs stole 3 in the 10th end to win it 7 shots to 3. The Czechs, well, this Czech team did also beat Anna Sidorova's Russian team in Östersund last year, stealing 2 in the 10th end. So I guess they have a decent record against the Russian teams.
Yeah, maybe that's one of the reasons why the Russian team is being a bit defensive here as well. Bad memories of Czech Republic stealing points on them.
Fajn. Myslím, že jede... Keyline, jo? 14-2.
So that check stone will hang around. Porcinova will try and remove it here with her last shot. It'd be nice to stick around and just force Yanatova to make the split to blanket. We did see Porcinova miss the exact same shot in the previous end, but she'll roll out, making the job quite easy for fourth player Yanatova. She'll just be able to throw this one through the house and keep hammer.
So last stone of the third end. House is completely empty, and this one will go straight through as well. End will be blanked. Score will still be 1 each. And Czech Republic will keep hammer in the fourth end. Gertova just kind of halfway in the house with her both of her stones in the third end. See the communication between sweepers and skip. Let's try and place this one a bit better.
I think that will stop just in time. Maybe just trying to be too perfect here, the Russians.
Yeah, they were even sweeping that.
So they're gonna get the umpire to measure this one, and they'll bring out what we call the biter. Just a long stick. There we go. It's an easy task. Looks like it's in.
Je v kruzích. Já bych zkusila hit na roll na guard. 11.
And once again, Czech Republic allowed to hit this, and if they can just roll a bit to the right, as you see it there, they will end up with quite a nice corner guard. So Elżbieta Baudusova, 92% game so far. That's a pretty good result for her.
Yep, so they will be able to hit this one. I remember a guy at my home club did the same thing, measured it, and then he figured, nah, I'm not going to hit it anyway. Just play the draw. All that hassle for nothing. But the Czechs will play the hit.
And probably roll a bit further than they were hoping for, but still sits in front of the house. So Gertova probably looking to take a bit of weight off of this one. Sweepers. Probably feeling like this one is going to be in front of the house. Going to try and drag it up to the center line.
I don't think they were able to sweep that one into the house. Maybe that was the thought.
I believe it was. So Haikova calling the come around here.
Yeah, just might get some stones to play now. Okay, I'll let you know that the third end between Japan and Scotland was blacked. Pretty much the same thing that happened on our sheet. Hannah Fleming rolled out with her last stone, allowing Yoshimura to just run her stone through the house to blank it. So still 1 point lead for Scotland after 3 ends. And there's a corner guard in play over there now, so you might see a score in the fourth. And you might just see a score here too. On our sheet, the 3-4 page. If you're just joining us, this is a game between teams that are ranked 3rd and 4th in the round robin. And the winner of this game will play the loser from the 1-2 page, Scotland, Japan. And the game we call the semi-final. And of course the winner of that game will head to the gold medal game.
And here is Saitova with a freeze.
Looking really good. That's perfect.
So Svatonyova attempting to follow this.
Gets an okay line, just would be nice to come a bit deeper with it. So, made a really nice one with her first shot. Now she's playing the freeze on the outturn side. Did not play a game for Anna Sidorova last year when she was alternate. But she's done a good job this week for Portunova, and that's another perfect shot. 2 really nice ones. And I guess this was the draw play Anders Kraup was telling us about before the game started.
Well, probably you can't be much better than that.
And the Czechs now are just trying to clear things up a bit. They're going to peel off the center guard to start with, and I guess you'll just see the Russians throw the center guard back. And they might just make a move later on in the game. So why don't you just play the tap on the yellow here on line 3?
Well, there are a whole bunch of Czech stones left to play, so, and Czech Republic has hammer. You want to forcing them to 1 is really good, and if you want to steal, it's probably a good thing to do that tap a bit later when there won't be as many opportunities for Czech Republic to remove your stones. So just sitting very nicely right now, and Russia know that it's It's Czech Republic that's going to need to play the more difficult shots, so as long as they keep guarding, it'll be tough for Czech Republic.
So over curls a wee bit.
A nebo prostě to tam ještě můžeme jenom jako k tomu přijet, no. A ona bude muset hrát, ale tam prostě...
A to stejně prostě tenhle bude vždycky...
Bude pryč, no, vždycky.
Já bych to zkusila dostupnout, už jako... Máme 4 kameny, no.
11? Ale já se jako... Budu 11 tady, že jo, protože já to myslím nepřetočím sem.
A nebo menší, tak jde menší.
Tak backline, ale jenom posuneme se.
Potřeba, aby tam ten trošku odjel.
No ten tam nezůstane, tady bude komora a tenhle vody jde na backline sem prostě. Backline. Na komoru skoro, jo?
So Haikova feels like
Backline. Ten náš
I'm gonna make a move here and try to wiggle the 3 stones in the forfeit around.
My se tam postavíme na dopředních průchod.
Might just leave Russia lying shot after this one, but
Backline je 13 půl, co?
Maybe if, well, with backline weight, they might as well, oh, they might leave a stone around that they can actually use, even if they make a Russia shot.
really curling on them here. Looks like they're gonna clip the top yellow. Well, at least they'll leave 2 reds out there. 2 could run back later on. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm guessing it means go Russia or something.
I'd say that's a pretty good guess.
What's the call here, Sarah? Did you?
They're just going to keep guarding this, I believe. Make it difficult for the Czech Republic to play a good run. Oh, so we got the answer now, Sander. What did it really mean?
Well, our lovely media officer Joanna Kelly tells us it means "Girls, we believe in you." That's nice. Always nice to get some home support in your home country. Have you ever played championships on home soil, Sarah?
Oh, yes, I did play the World Juniors in Östersund in 2008. Remember, I'm getting old. So Czech's just looking at different runs here. What do you think would give them the best result?
I think you have to run this one back, the one Janet's always pointing at now.
Check a bench up there and coach Karel Kubeška to the right. Been working with Czech curling for a long time, doing a good job.
So So I guess they might be looking to secure the run here.
I'm kind of agreeing with you, Sander. I think you want to run the other one back with 3 stones left to go. If you roll in here, there's no chance that you're ever going to get more than one.
It'd be nice to just run the left right one back and try and just hit the yellows just in between the yellows, really. Try and get separation on him.
Gonna see a hit and roll in here from Haikova.
Oh, what's gonna happen here? Not much.
No, hits it a bit too thin, really. Looked like it was really breaking on them, so might be some fresh pebble out there.
Maybe they were worried that the Russians would play the same shot to lie 3. If so, that stone's gone now.
So Russia may be looking for a steal here. If they can hit this pretty much on the nose, then they will remove the shot red and also have a guard.
Don't want to play with too much weight here. And you only just want to barely clip your own yellow. Get across the nose a wee bit. That's pretty good. But just going to overcurl a lot here, actually. But still looking pretty good for the Russians.
Yeah, not the worst result. And with only 2 stones left to go, Czech Republic might need to start securing their one.
Yeah, it's going to be hard to guard both sides here, though. That's the only problem.
The Czech boys, as always, really supporting their girls.
I saw the same thing last year. And probably the most crazy fans we have here today.
Может, желательно этот убрать подальше, чтобы не получилось. Хотя не получится.
Jenom 4. 4. Pojďte 4, holky.
So looking to block off this right-hand side as we see it for Russia. I think she's done quite well with it. Still the outturn available though for Porcino. I think you can get pretty close to the top center guard and still get a nice finish on your stone. Just maybe backline weight. Yep. Just a backline weight here and try and get to the face of your yellow stone, the forfeit there. You might just be lying 3 and behind cover. This could prove to be a very important shot for Team Russia in this game. Had 2 super freeze shots from Saitova to set this up for them. Looking pretty good here. Just need to past the guard, and they will try and get close to the nose here. Just gonna catch it a bit too high and roll out to the open.
But super shot, and it's not going to be easy for Czech Republic to score here. There is probably the hit and roll available, but this one needs to be perfect from Yunatova.
So let's see what Yanatova can do here. Surely he'll remove one yellow, but I wasn't quite able to see if you're able to do much more here. The double, I'm guessing, to reduce the score to 1.
And it'll be a steal of 2 for Russia, I believe.
Yeah, not quite there. And remember, those 2 stones Russia just scored with, who do they belong to?
I believe they belong to Alexandra Saitova. 2 perfect freezes. The score after 4 is Russia 3, Czech Republic 1.
I can also tell you that we've had some stones in play between Scotland and Japan as well. Right now there's a couple centre guards up. Scotland is lying 2, 1 top 8, 1 back 4. And Yoshimura, the Japanese skip, needs to come around and get almost full forfeit to score 1 here, facing 2 Scottish counters. Scotland with a 1-0 lead after 3 ends. We had 2 blacks so far. We will have a score here in the 4th. Japan just looking for some curl here. Weight is looking pretty good. And it's going to settle down nicely to the forfeit. Excellent draw by Yoshimura to score 1. And it's all tied up after 4 ends. 1 point each for them. A nice guard from Gertova. Not quite sure if they wanted a guard though.
No, with a 2-point lead, they were probably looking for that one to be in the rings, knowing that it's really Czech Republic that's going to need to make a move. So it might still not be a bad thing. It would be really good for Russia if they could force the Czechs to 1 here.
Zatahuj, pokud to jde.
Jsme 7, no, 8.
Hezký, Betty.
А может с этой же стороны? Я боюсь, что он просто открытым станет. Только вес. Си, чуть за, свип. Только линия чуть за. Только вес, линия очень. За. Конец дом.
Oh, good line here. Just gonna bounce off it a wee bit. Not too bad though. It does move that redstone to the back. 4.
I would have really liked to get just a bit more curl here. Czech Republic can probably just about find the inside of this yellow. That would give them a couple of really nice angles. Sweepers can just get that past the guard.
Almost going to over curl the yellow. It'd be nice to. Yeah, just kind of rolled a bit too far, I think. Good chance for Russia, I think, to just play the same freeze. Freeze tap. And you might just get some stones in play here in this end as well.
This really seems to be the girl for the job, Alexandra Sasha-Zaitova.
Yeah, 2 amazing shots in that previous end. Just put the Czechs in so much trouble. They weren't able to come back in it, and they were able to steal 2. What can she do here though, Zaitova? That's another pretty good shot. Just over curled a wee bit maybe.
Yeah, I think they were just looking for maybe a little bit more weight to actually come up to nose and get a little tap. Sits for 3rd shot at the moment, I believe. Still in a very usable spot. Svatonyeva just looking to peel the guard here.
Hezký, Klárko. Ty kameny prostě vypadá, že jdou dovnitř a pak hrozně vyjedou ven.
Давай на нолик. Как лучше попасть? А? Чуть-чуть с этой стороны.
Double D, no. Podle mě tam není jam. Pokud to nehodíme hloupě.
Nevíš, nebo co?
No, jako, je tam, pokud to, když to trefíme dobře, tak tam jam není. Ale musíme to trefit dobře.
No, tak to střílej.
9,5.
I'm not quite sure how you hit this yellow without removing your own red. Guess we'll find out. Yeah, that wasn't possible, really.
No, I think it might be something for Coach Kubeshka to really have these girls practicing. We've seen them sometimes actually play angles that are not really there. And they're usually never very far off with their execution. It's just sometimes shots just basically impossible. So Russia with the no set here to actually set 3.
It would be nice to play the nose hit there. Kind of rolls to the back. It's gonna let the Czechs play around with the yellows. Maybe create a wee bit of nest. And just a freezer tap here. So it would be nice for the Czechs here to score 2, tie things up before the half-time break. No guards in play, but they have a couple of yellows in there. They can freeze too. Haikova is looking to do exactly that. Working this for both weight and line here. Looking pretty close though. That's a really nice shot by Haikova. I think you might see the Russians look to remove a couple of stones, even their yellows here. A nose hit would certainly remove 1 red, 1 yellow, maybe even 2 yellows. Kovaleva looking to remove a couple of stones here. Most importantly, the red one, of course. It's just going to be a bit high. And just going to clean pick the red one. So still a nest for the Czechs.
And she just made this really good with her first. So just basically playing the same shot here, Haikova.
I think it would be nice to actually get the top here. And if you leave a bit of separation between your shots on the yellows, it will certainly set you up for the next shot. It's very close, but I think you'd rather make a little tap there than stop short. Might just be able to play the treble here and leave 1 single yellow in the house. Now there we go, super shot, makes the treble. And just leaves 1 yellow. That was the plan. Now there's not too much for the Czechs to freeze onto, although they will be able to blank the end.
Yep, no more freezes now. Makes a nose hit pretty much, and Portunova is just going to try and repeat that. Needs to stick around to make Czech Republic play their last. Oh, and he'll just still be biting the 12-foot. So Janatova gonna need to make a play on it. to try and roll off and blank the end.
Yeah, don't really have to roll far here to make the blank. Almost anywhere off nose here. Should be nice. Last on of the fifth end. It's going to come pretty close to nose, I think, but it's going to roll out. And it's a blank. Russia will lead the game 3-1 after 5 ends. Both teams will head into the halftime break. About 5 minutes. We'll be back with some highlights and, of course, the rest of the game. This is the World Junior Curling Championships 2013. This is the women page 3-4. Scotland's playing Japan in the 1-2. Right there. There's plenty of stones in play. Looks like Japan is playing a shot to lie 4, which would leave Hannah Fleming an open 8-foot draw for a single. But we'll be back in a few minutes with both games. let's take a look at some of the highlights from the first 5 ends here. It's the first end. It's Czech fourth player Yana Tova facing 2 Russian counters. Just looking for the nose hit, and she'll score 1.
And in the second end, they're looking for the blank here, but Portunova will hit this on the nose and they will score 1 right back.
So still 1 each after 3 ends. Third is blank. Yana Tova looking to play a double to give up 1, but she's not going to quite make it, and it's a steal of 2 after a couple of really nice shots from second player Saitova. We're back live now. We're in the 6th end here in the 3-4 page, and of course Russia with a 2-point lead. Anna Fleming made the draw against 4 in the 5th. And their game against Japan, score there after 5 is 2 shots to 1 in favour of Scotland.
Где-то в начале. Нет? Прости, обманул.
And this time, with the Russian lead, Gertova getting that into the house. Czechs will put up a corner guard. It's quite tight to the centre line. Would have maybe liked to get it a little wider to be able to play in-turn draws or taps or freezes. With a centre guard here from Russia, that side will be pretty much shut off. Entire team now dragging this to get it to curl. Look like they're gonna find pretty nice line. Shot zone will be a little bit open on the right hand side as you see it there, and of course they would have rather over curled, dragging the play away from the corner guard.
Looks kind of difficult though to come through the port with the hit and roll. Looked like they were going to change their mind and just play the out-turn draw around the corner, but they've gone back to the initial call. I guess you have to play almost board weight on this one. So a really difficult shot. You've got to come pretty close to the centre guard. Actually, he's going to overcurl that one. Looked a bit more difficult from the hack. But again, when you throw just a bit extra weight on the stones here, they go fairly straight.
It's definitely a really big difference once you just give them a little bit more weight. And this gap should be wide open for Saitova now. Like to roll back, but this one looking quite heavy.
Heavy and high is going to catch the corner actually and make it that way. That's a pretty cheeky move. Even sticks it in behind the guard. Oh well. Not too bad then.
Always are good, except for the bad ones. Does move the play actually out to the side though, and with a corner guard and one in behind, they are sitting quite nicely, but
yeah, leaves the forfeit open for Yana Tova. Might just have to come around this one. Doesn't quite get the line there and lies in the open. just going to roll out here.
Jenom 5, 6, nebo 8, jo? 6, 5, tak na 8, 5, 4, 4, 5 na 8, 5. Tady jo, pojďte dozadu, já nějak netočím, pojďte dozadu. Jo. Okay.
So some better weight there from Svatonjova.
Hezký. 15-7. 15-7.
Kovaleva just trying to figure out how much she can see.
We'll run the game between Scotland and Japan. Looked like the Japanese team called for a corner guard when the Scottish shot stone was lying outside the forefoot, but they slipped into the ring. So Jennifer Dodds was able to play a hit and stick to light 2 now, maybe forcing Japan to 1 in the 6th end. Still plenty of stones to go though.
And here Kovaleva looking to remove the red by running the guard back on it. It's looking pretty good. Might just be a bit too thin. Won't get the red and rolls off herself.
Tak ať mu je do tasího. Jo, takhle? Ať jako... Takhle, až půlka, půl a půl, no. Jo. 20 ne? Ne. Je to zbytečný. Tady můžeš mést a musíš čekat.
Потому что он так и не чеканул его, на самом деле.
Asi tak. Půl na půl, jo, gard. Půl na půl gard, aby půlku kryl červený, půlku ten žlutej. Vy, když to bude střílet, tak aby měla čem. Do toho svýho.
Вы бы разбили бы, она бы ответила.
Čekej, 2 plus. Jenom dojet, holky.
Jenom dojet!
Jenom dojet.
Jenom dojet! Wow!
To je on.
No, этот лучше стоит.
Aha. Ještě jednou to hrát? Nebo už to
На него накинуть? На него
Ona vystřelí,
накинуть?
ona vystřelí, tak.
Она
Jsem se
заведет.
prostě... Jsem se nehneš, jo. No to bude ten žlutý lepší, že jo? Pak
Какой
můžete dát
стороны?
druhý
С
kámen
этой?
na lepší a...
Надо вот так.
Asi jo. Asi jo. No, musím tam dostat, no. Zase. Bych radši roloval na druhou, tam tu stranu.
So looks like Kovaleva is playing the run back here, and I guess they want to come just across the face of it.
She almost had it with her last Mino. Now it's a red stone she's running down there. Do the same this time, catch it a bit too thin and roll off. So Czech Republic now looking to sit 2 in the house instead. Gonna make a move on the yellow and try and roll out.
Už jsme si řekli, že to pak je lepší teď žlutý, že jo? Takže ona mi to pak může postavit druhý kámen na žlutý jako na lepší. A Ivetka bude muset dát nějaký divný double. Jsme si řekli, že to nešestujeme na 2 prostě hraje. Jo? Roll, ale co v kruzích prostě. Jo? Roll vůbec.
She won't roll very far. So quite an easy double left for Porchanova. But still, it needs to be done. Czech Republic sitting 2.
So we'll make the double here. Porchanova does run through herself though. Just a bit too thin to stick around.
Most important job done.
And now Yanatova is looking to come around the corner guard. This is a type of shot that we rarely see players over curl on. Usually just take too much ice.
Yeah, just playing it a bit safe. You really want to give yourself the chance to at least make your opponents play a difficult shot.
And again, just not going to be even close to making the draw around the guard here.
Oh, mind though, that is barely a guard, but could at least increase their risk for Russia. This is a pretty open nose hit for Porchanova. It's not going to be perfect though, rolls out, and once again we're just going to see Czech Republic put a stone through an empty house to blank the 6th end. Last stone of the 6th end, you see it run straight through there, so Russia will start off one more time. This time it will be 7th end. See the score there after 6, it's Czech Republic 1, Russia 3, after that big steal in the 4th end. And over on in the 1-2 page playoff game, 6th end was blanked, and again Japan coming in with their corner guard in the house, so Abby Brown's just going to play take it there to sit 2 one more time. It's just a very open defensive game going on right there. But back in our featured game, of course, it's Russia against Czech Republic, fighting for a spot in the semi-final. Oksana Gertova with a draw here. You see numbers for Alžbeta Bajdusova. Game accuracy 94%, really high numbers for the Czech lead.
Yeah, doesn't look too happy with this one though. Probably calling this one into the house. Not touching this one. That's a big mistake. Comes deep into the house here with the corner guard. Can't afford to make those mistakes for too long. Only 3 ends to go after this.
Sooner or later they are really going to need to go for that deuce. Gertova bringing the play into the center of the house, sitting 2 at the moment.
Over on the 1-2 page between Scotland and Japan. The Scots weren't able to lie 2 for the entire end, so Japan blanked the 6th, but the Scots now lie 2 again. And the 7th end. Still a 1-point lead for the Scots.
Corner guard will come up now from Czech Republic. Mind you though, this might just be too late as we're moving on to second players, and Sasha Saitova, she's allowed to hit this, so they're just going for the peel. 79%, mind you though, she's made a couple of key shots. Especially if Reese is really good, and that one's pretty much perfect as well.
Já bych ráda 3. Na plus. Pojďte co nejdál, ať máte samý kámen. Na plus. Pojďte co nejdál, ať mám možnost džimu. Pojďte, pojďte. Pojďte, ještě kousek. Hezký. Hezký. Ivet, pak. Už střílet, když to vystřelí teďko. Ještě jeden. Ještě jeden.
She'll also make her second peel perfect. How many times do you believe we're going to see this repeat itself?
It might just be the last one. Or maybe one more.
Maybe one more. What's the reason Czech girls keep putting up a corner guard when there are 2 yellows in the house?
It's like you mentioned earlier, when they finally make a move, they want don't want Russia to have too many chances to get out of the situation they might set up. But again, if they guard for too long, you might see the Russians just throw a guard on the two yellows. So they might just have to make a move. So they're just going to play the double here, I think, and probably try and blank the end. Be nice to score 2 in the 8th, for sure.
Of course, if they do that and can maybe force Russia to 1 in the 9th, get 2 back in the 10th, and that's how you win a game.
Yeah, because if you score now, you allow the Russians to have a hammer twice. If you blank and score in the 8th, you'll have hammer twice, and you make the Russians only have hammer once. That is if they are able to follow the game plan. But Heiko are not able to play the double here, and that's going to make, well, it's going to let Kovaleva play the hit to sit too.
Yeah, and probably leaving a much more difficult double for Yanatova right back. Could force them to score 1, which would look really good for Russia.
Kovalev is going to roll out here. That was a good chance to force the checks.
So instead of a difficult double, this will be just a nose hit. Sticks around. Will make Russia play the exact same shot. Yulia Portunova will just bang that on the nose as well. And for, I believe, the 3rd time, Yulia Portunova will roll out with her last, and all Czech Republic need to do to blank the end is just to put their stone straight through the house.
So still a 2-point lead for Russia after 7 ends. Scotland has 1-point lead on Japan. Right now it's Japan with shots on in behind the corner yard, and I'm not sure who's lying second on the opposite wing. Hannah Fleming's down to her last shot of the end, looking to corner freeze that shot stone in behind the corner. With a miss here, Japan might be able to score 2 or 3 after second shot right now. And Hannah Fleming makes a really nice freeze. I'm not sure if Japan will be able to score more than 1 here.
So Alžbeta need to put up a good corner guard here. I think this really is the end where Czech Republic need to make a move and really go for their score of 2.
Hezký, Betty. Super shot.
Можно начало дома, только не гад. Свип. Свип не очень надо. Внимательно только вес. Вес сам. Вес сам. Вес толкнем чуть. Чуть толкнем. Толкнем. Толкнем.
Not superb stone placement there.
Yeah.
One stone in behind the tee line and the other on the tee line.
Pardon, míňoru.
And as you said, Sarah, the Czechs really need to go for their 2 here.
Yeah, they're looking to draw in behind the corner guard. Those yellows are not really a big threat for them at the moment. Might actually just help them. But this one comes up short.
Not sure if it's going to be easy to peel both reds without jamming though. Might just go over the top.
Still gonna make a play at it. Feels like corner guard is the biggest threat to Russia right now. As we can tell you that Japan made a perfect draw to the button to score 1. They will now be 2 each over in the page 1-2 playoff game.
So the will jam. But it's not going to be easy for the Czechs to get too much separation. Don't think they're going to remove the red too early. It was really hard to sit 2 for almost an entire end. I think you might just throw the corner here.
4-3.
Нет, тогда этот бы не уходил. Один просто бы ушел. А я закрываю.
I think they are actually calling a centre guard here.
Pět je moc. Tak nějak k němu. 6, 5. Tak jak k němu, no. Jestli to opravdu nezbrzdí. 5, 6, 5. To vypadá na 4, Luky. 5. Wow, to je 4. Vám dám ten čas.
Just want to pick this off. Don't really want to run it down and leave a guard themselves.
Wow. Sweet. Sweet. Wow, wow, wow. Ještě jednou, Klárko. Úplně ten samej. Vaše. 4, pojďte 4. Pojďte 4. Jo. Pojďte nejsi před kamerem. Pojďte 4, pojďte 4, pojďte 4, pojďte 4, pojďte 4. Ještě líznout. Hezký.
Replaces that very nicely.
To jí dám trošku mílet.
Svatonjova.
Radši přetočilo s tímhle směrem, než abychom je dotočili.
Мне как-то не очень нравится.
30 не очень. No, jsem si mohl podívat. 16-10. 16-10. Jo, no. 16-10 tady tě vykryli.
I think you just keep peeling the center here. Because in the end, the Czechs need to play a hit on that yellow and roll away. And you'll be left with a pretty easy double, I think.
Можно попробовать, если вот так завести сюда.
Nešlo, prostě to tam jde, tak tam nejde to celý.
Если вот так завести сюда.
Мне не очень нравится, что уже 2 камня в доме.
Давай снимем. Либо двойной попробуем. Успеем попасть.
A máš vnímání, jestli za? Měl to všichni do České republiky. A je to úplně nic.
Но если вот так сюда привести, то не нравится вообще вести.
No konkrétně si to měla rozhoraného bez první. Koukám na skóre 1, z Japonska.
Что получится? Хотелось бы двойной, но этот останется гордом. Да, просто снимем ее.
To nejprve.
So I'm not quite sure what all the discussion was about, but I do believe they've called for the straight peel. Just going to pick off the centre guard. As we see about 4 stones around the forfeit area with a centre guard. On sheet C, where Japan and Scotland's playing. Yeah, not sure if that's going to help them too much. I think that I think that makes things worse, really.
Yeah, the yellow stone is open, so if Czech can move this now, they'll probably have one behind the guard and one pretty wide with good separation. Could always freeze because it's going to be in behind the tee if they get the perfect roll, but do you really want to play the freeze and risk maybe giving up 3?
I don't know, Sarah. We'll just see. Don't think you need to roll in behind cover here, and you can also just check to the wing. I think that would be maybe even better. Just gotta make sure you actually stick this one though. Nose hit for Haikova. I think they should have swept that one and made the roll the other way instead.
Yeah, probably now you give Russia the chance to roll instead. So Kovaleva here looking for the hit and roll. Would love to find some cover in behind the yellow guard. Force Czech Republic to do something a bit more difficult. This one hanging really wide. She'll actually roll the other way and all the way out of the house. So Czechs can now just play the draw instead.
Парень хорошо был. Меньше опасно было, меньше как на 0 бьё. Если меньше, то это как мы на 0 бьём.
So I've got to make sure this one's not deep or too wide. I'll have to come all the way out of the guard, but just I'm gonna hide the inside of this one. Sweepers haven't touched it yet. I think you should bring it as deep as possible. It looks to be there on its own though. If it hangs on, it's not too bad. It might just be a double on though for Portunova.
She seems to be liking these type of shots.
Yeah, play the double here. The option would be a hit and roll.
We've seen her with some pretty good upweight ability. Portunova for Russia. Won't quite hit it thin enough, so we'll roll to the open. Or roll and still be in the open.
Oh, she's gonna roll the wrong way. Just gonna hang on to light 2. They're pretty close together, but might not be too easy to play the double here. Not sure.
No, but even if you get a roll on top of the other one, it's still gonna force Czech Republic to 1.
It's pretty open here. Just catch the high one thin, and you should be able to remove both.
Really straight spot here.
Japan are making some good shots against Scotland. They're lying 3 now. 2 in the forfeit, 1 the 8. We're down to Lauren Gray's second stone, the third player for Scotland. They do have hammer in the 8th end, 2 each is the score. As we see Portunova on our sheet here looking for the double.
Looks like she just put this back a little bit though.
Maybe get the roll instead. She will, but just rolls a tad too far. Although it is in behind the guard. Should be able to come down with just a backline weight, just through the house weight. Tap it up to score 2 here, Yanatova. So a chance to score 2 and tie the game up here in the 8th end for the Czech Republic.
Last stone of the 8th end. Czech Republic and Eveta Yanatova.
Looking pretty heavy. So a bit more than hack weight, I believe. It needs to curl. It will not. And it's going to be a steal of 1 for Team Russia here. Just overthrew that one, Janatova. Had the chance to score 2. It's going to give up 1 instead. And Russia leads the game 4 shots to 1 after 8 ends.
Russia really starting to feel like they are getting a good grip of this 3-4 page game. They're 3 points up. Czech Republic with hammer. And Russia's just going to put their first stone straight through. Really don't want to leave anything that Czech Republics can use to catch on or freeze on or anything. But here you see Alžbeta Bajdusova. She's going to need to make a really good corner guard and then another one.
Na 3.
Russia puts the other one through as well, so Czech Republic just gonna put another guard up. Russia probably really thinking it's okay if Czech Republic even score 2, that will mean that they will be 1 up with hammer in the 10th end. Oh, and Czech Republic in some big trouble now. That won't even make it past the hog line. And now we're just going to see peels from Russia, basically.
She's made a couple already. Saitova. And again, no problem. No stones in play. It's going to be hard for the Czechs to score big here. While on sheet C, it's Hannah Fleming again faced with a draw against a bundle of red stones. She faced 4 and early on in the game. Now she's facing 3, and she needs to snag a piece of the forfeit for a single.
Hezký, Klárko, hezký, pojď sem. Musím se trkat. Myslím, že ještě šanci, že ona udělala, že zůstane na kontragardu, než to, protože
Dalton Brown just backing off the draw here, but it's going to settle down to the back of the 4. And Hannah Fleming again deals with the pressure, scores 1 after 8 ends. Scotland leads the game 3 shots to 2.
And on our sheet, perfect end from Saitova. Makes 2 perfect peels.
Yeah, she's been pretty good in this game.
And this time it's Kovaleva with a peel.
Holky, nic. Nic, nic. Fajn. Ještě jeden pak. Asi Vetku už průkliníkáme na stranu.
one more guard comes up, and then Czech Republic are going to need to put their final stones in the house. Definitely need to score 2 here.
So what's the reason why they're putting up the centre guard, not the corner?
Well, maybe they're hoping that Russia appeals and rolls to a corner.
Yeah, like it would be a longer roll from the centre line.
But no mistakes there. Porchanova makes the appeal and rolls all the way off. And Iveta Janatova now going to draw the wing. Probably just hope for a miss to score 2. Otherwise we might just see them blank this end as well. What do you think, Sander? Would you rather steal 2 or take 3 in the last end?
I think it depends on who you're playing against. Obviously the Russians are pretty good at peeling. 2 down without or 3 down with. Maybe blanket.
Go for 3 in the final end.
I think it's going to be pretty hard no matter what you do though.
They are going to blank this. Try to get 3 in the final end.
Zkusíme trojku, ne?
Da. Ana, English.
Co vy chcete spíš krást? Já bych spíš uhrála trojku. 2 gardy a půjde to. Nebo jak chcete jdíte vy, mi řekněte. Chcete 3 na 0, jo?
So I'm not sure if maybe they changed their minds. But I think if they wanted to score 1, it should maybe just be the draw. So might be the blank attempt here. Last stone of the 9th end. Needs to get a piece of this yellow. She will do that. Another end blanked, and Czech Republic now need to score 3 in the final end to take this game to an extra. See, the Czech boys have really made an effort in supporting their girls.
Is that balloons in there?
I believe so.
Kovaleva looks pretty happy.
And Gertova once again just gonna play this straight through the house. Of course, the reason for that is that they don't want to leave anything that Czech Republic can freeze on, or anything that their upcoming appeals can catch on as well?
Well, if they throw the two first ones through and they make 6 simple appeals, they win the game.
So Beta looking to get some revenge on her previous corner guards.
Pojďte.
Comes a bit too tight to the center line, but still okay.
Same shot from Gertova. They could
Na úroveň, jo?
play the take shot here, try and remove the red a little bit, but just gonna wait for the time when they can start peeling.
Stejná úroveň. 2 plus. Jenom 2 plus. 2 plus. Jojo. Jojo. Jojo, pojďte, pojďte. Tak wow. Wow, wow, wow. Wow, wow, wow.
So they do have 2 corner guards now. Saitova is definitely on a mission to remove one of them. She really is having a great game, the Russian second player.
Můžeme ho zkusit zdvojit, takhle sem. Na 3. Nechce na tu druhou. Tak na druhou, no. Na 3. 3. Wow. 3. Wow. 3. 2. Na 3. Na 3. Na 3. Yep. 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 Fine. Tak poslední.
Dva popробую. No, он ближе стоял, то лучше.
So meanwhile, over on sheet C, there's 2 yellow center guards side by side. Japan has the only stone in the house. It's fully open, and it's their time to play. They just called a timeout to figure out what to do. It's first of 3rd stones for them.
Jenom lízat na 4. Jenom lízat, tak je to gardo. Ne, není to. Pojďme jenom lízat. To funguje jako guard a zároveň je to v kruzích.
Kovaleva makes her peel as well. 4 stones left to go now for Czech Republic.
Bajtr. Musíme bajtr, aby to tam bylo, ale zároveň by to fungovalo dál jako guard, jo? Takže jenom fakt líznout. 16, 15 půl.
Susanna Haikova. I think they are looking for a biter here. That's certainly the word I heard. I think anywhere behind the corner guards in the house would be sufficient.
And really good execution.
Yeah, just overcurls a wee bit though, and I think Kovaleva will see at least half of this one. She'll just look to peel it out. Oh.
And there's the miss that keeps Czech Republic in the game.
Yeah, that was a big mistake. Portunova couldn't really make up her mind there on the line call.
No, you just want to get one or the other there.
So, corner guard, stone in the house. You got 3 more to go. You have to score 3. Now certainly a chance for them to at least lie 3 here.
To begin with, they're going to need to lie 2. So Haikova is going to draw around here again. Just want to come a little bit deeper.
And that's a nice draw there. Certainly doesn't look like there's a double on here. So I think you might... Ah, okay, well, maybe. I forgot they moved the corner guard. So maybe just overcurl a bit there, actually. Now, we'll just have to hope that they missed a double and roll away. And they can maybe draw around again. And you'll see the Russians maybe peel the corner. And then they can draw for 3. Well, they probably won't peel the corner, though. That would be a stupid call to make.
It's a good thing that Portunova and Kovaleva are making the calls out there, rather than you and me.
Yeah. Of course, only 2 stones to go here for Portunova. Needs to remove 2 reds. She's just going to wait for the shot on the neighbor sheet to be done, so she can focus. Gotta remove a red here. With a double, she'll win the game. Looking pretty close. Oh, just gonna jam it and leave the shooter. So still a chance here for the Czechs.
Czech Republic need to draw around, but that back red is pretty open. Even though Portunova jammed it, she actually got a little roll. So
I think that's a shot you wouldn't leave them though. You don't want to come too close to the yellow. I think you maybe just want to draw this one deep. T-line, just behind the corner maybe. Don't want to make that run back too easy. So still a chance for the Czechs here if Janatova can make the draw.
Team effort here. This really needs to be in the house, and
it looks to come into the house with ease. It's going to come a little deep, but that's okay. I think if you tempt Russia to play the draw, that's certainly what you want. Run back's going to be pretty long. You can't see too much of the red stone. You're going to make a choice here. We're going to call a timeout. Get Anders Kraup out to tell him what to do.
If you ever want to be impressed by how fast someone picks up a language, you want to listen into the Swedish man coaching Russia. He's going to make his way down to the ice.
Over on Scotland, Japan, looks like Scotland's lying a second shot in the 12 foot. Japan just back of 4 in behind the centre guard, and I think Hannah Fleming's going to try and freeze onto it with her last shot of the end. And then we'll try and listen into their scraps or Russian. Here he comes. Anders Kraup.
Очень опасно.
Да, лучше. Хочу.
Все время тейк. Я не знаю.
Да. Но может быть только игра 2-8. Не 2. Тоже самое. Окей. Ну, сейчас это только хочу. Хочу это важно. Да. Если хочу играть, не проблем. Но если игра вокруг или игра дро, это хватит. Больше проблем.
Не, мне кажется, она туда же поедет и, в принципе, везет.
Но если это очень простой, но если игра чуть-чуть...
Please care to translate, Sarah.
Well, all Swedes don't speak Russian just because one of us do.
Okay. Well, certainly, I only really see 3 options here. Or 4 options. Okay. In turn draw, out turn draw, run back, or try and pick the red one you can see a quarter of.
I think we're going to need for Kovaleva to put up her broom before we know what they're going to do.
I think she might be looking at the run back here.
Certainly, it is the shot that they just played.
Yeah, just anywhere close to a nose hit here, and they'll be in the semi-final. As Hannah Fleming just made a super freeze, I think. I'm not sure if Japan will be able to score more than 1 over there, if even at all. But firstly, we're going to take a look at Portunova. Might be the last stone of the game. We might just see an extra end. Gotta just remove a red stone here. Plays the run back. it's got to be close. Will she make it? Ah, yes, it's there. No chance for the Czechs to score 3 now. Russia will win the 3-4 page. Super shot under pressure by Porchinova. And the Czech Republic will drop down to the bronze medal game. Russia has still a chance to win the gold here in Sochi. So certainly the end that sticks out is that fourth end where the Russians steal 2 after 2 great shots by Alexandra Saitova. The Czechs just couldn't produce a big score in the game. The Russians just seemed to be one step ahead the whole time. So we're going to try and see the 10th end between Japan and Scotland. Japan just scored 1 in the 9th end, so it's 3 each. It's tied up. Scotland with the last stone. And of course Japan will be looking to place these centre guards. 1 tight to the house, 1 long. That's a good start for them. And we're going to try and get a few words with Anders Kraup as well, coach of Team Russia. And then we're going to follow this 10th end closely. And we should get some highlights from our 3-4 page game after that. Oh, Abby Brown with a tech shot, can't quite make it. Look pretty close, but still a centre guard up for Japan. They're looking to put up another one. Well, the second guard won't quite make it to the center line, but there's some nice separation. And again, we'll see that tick shot attempt from Abby Brown. Again, playing it across the face of it. And that's a super shot by Abby Brown. Of course, you're not allowed to remove the stone, but she's just kind of neutralized it by moving it to the back of the sheet. Rolls away. And now I think we're quite ready for the interview with Anders Kraup. We'll have a few words from him, and then we'll be back for the conclusion of the 1-2 page between Scotland and Japan.
Moving on to the semi-finals, what are the girls feeling right now?
The girls' feelings, I think they're pretty happy, of course, but there are more games, so we have to kind of forget this game if possible and move on.
You said that they were pretty much perfect yesterday in the tiebreakers. Are they just getting better and better?
Well, this is curling, so it's not that easy to be perfect all the time. And now they were not playing that good at all and made some tactical mistakes as well. But there is still always things we have to improve, and we can't expect them to be perfect all the time. They were just perfect enough.
So what are you going to focus on for the semi-final?
Well, I'm not sure I want to tell here, but we will try to do everything we can to win the game.
This championship, of course, being in Russia, is that anything special for you?
Well, for me, maybe it's not that special, but for the girls, for sure, it's very special. They love to have the home audience watching them, and some of them have their parents and boyfriends and so on, and I think it means a lot for them, actually, yeah.
So you'll either play Scotland or Japan. Any preparations?
Not really. Both teams are equal, and if we want to win, we have to meet both of them sometimes, so I don't care, actually.
Okay, well, good luck and thank you very much.
Okay, thanks, Sarah.
So that was Anders Kraup, coach of Team Russia. Apparently don't care who he plays in the semi-final, but when they played Scotland, it seemed like Hannah Fleming's team were in control. Their game against Japan was a lot tighter. It was 4 each after 9. Japan scored 1 in the 10th end with a hammer to win the game there. This is a Jennifer Dodds second shot, and she makes the double peel. That's a great one. If you're just joining us, we just saw Team Russia beat the Czech Republic in the 3-4 page. They move on to the semi-final and plays the loser of this game. The winner here, though, goes to the gold medal game and is secured a medal. It's the 10th end. It's 3 points each. Scotland has last stone. So now it's Lauren Gray playing her first shot here, looking for the peel on the centre guard. Sweeper's backing off it. Looking a bit wide here. Just gonna take it off. Just good enough from Lauren Gray. That's a bit of a mistake from third player Rina Ida, looking for the centre guard. It's going to slip into the ring. And again, we'll have Lauren Gray with the peel here. Just going to be a nose hit for the Scots. Now it's time for Sayaka Yoshimura, skip of Team Japan. Well, I think they've called the freeze here. Just trying to lock this one on to the yellow shot stone. That's a great attempt by Yoshimura. I think you'll just have to see Hannah Fleming blast this one. She can just double away these stones and roll out. I guess we'll just see Yoshimura draw around the corner guard, and Fleming will have a 8-foot draw for the win. But firstly, she's going to make this one. It's pretty well frozen onto the yellow. So big peel weight from Hannah Fleming. Coming down the ice now. On the sweep. Whole weight. And it's just not going to be enough, I think. So looking for the draw to sit to here, Yoshimura. Inaira just tapping her brush there. Edge of 4, T-line. She's not going to quite curl that much, and we'll have to think that Hannah Fleming has to play the nose hit here to win it. Problem being is that there's a red one on the winger. You cannot roll out here. So we're down to the last shot of the 10th end. Last shot of the game. The winner will go to the gold medal game. The loser will play Russia in the semi-final. Looking to win the World Juniors back-to-back. Hannah Fleming and her team, reigning champions. Will it stick around? Yes, it will. And Scotland wins the game. They move to the gold medal game. And they are secured a medal. Silver at worst. Japan has to play Team Russia in the semi-final. And the loser of that game will play the Czech Republic in the bronze game. In a few moments, we'll take a look at the highlights. We'll get some of the highlights from our future game between the Czech Republic and Russia. First end for Yanatova, facing 2. Has to make the nose hit to score 1. Second end, Porchinova looking to blank it here, but just going to over curl and play the nose hit. And after 3 ends, it's 1 each. 4th end, Yanatova looking for a double to reduce the score. Russia already lying 3, won't be able to make it, and it's a big steal of 2 for Team Russia. Lots of blank ends, but when we head to the 8th end, it's a chance for the Czech Republic to score 2. But Yanatova's just going to overthrow it. Not being able to make contact with the yellow, gives up another steal, and Russia leads the game 4 shots to 1. The Czechs did have a chance to score 3. This is Porchinova's last shot of the 10th end. A run back to win the game. Picks a red one, and they move to the semi-final. So if you just stick around for a few moments more, we'll be able to have a chat with winning skip Hannah Fleming. They just beat Japan in the 1-2. They secured their spot in the final. They're just heading off the ice as we speak. And our lovely commentator and reporter Sara Karlsson is down there waiting for her to come off the ice.
Hannah Fleming, a nose hit to take you to the final. What were you thinking about in the hack before you played that?
Well, the ice was pretty straight, so I was just thinking, don't put it out, don't put it out. If anything, I could have turned it and the sweepers could have kept it on, but no, it came up well, so I'm really chuffed.
Yeah, now you're going to play the final tomorrow. Being the reigning world champion, do you think that's an advantage?
Well, I'd like to think so. We've been there before, we know what it's going to be like, we know the pressures, so hopefully it does give us a slight advantage.
And with there being a lot of pressure, are you talking about that? What are your thoughts about that?
No, not at all. We won't be thinking about that. We've done so well this week. No matter what happens now, we'll still go home happy with our performance, but we definitely want that gold.
And for all the viewers at home who didn't actually get to see your game, what can you tell us? What were the keys to winning?
Well, Japan played outstanding the whole game. We just managed to keep with them the whole way. They put us under a lot of pressure in some ends, but we always seem to manage to draw for one. They forced us to ones, but we forced them as well. So, but they're definitely a strong team. So, good luck to them though.
So you'll either play Japan or Russia. Who are you hoping you'll be in the final?
I really don't know. With Japan, I suppose we've lost a game to them earlier in the week, and we beat Russia, but they seem to be coming onto strong form, so I don't really know.
Either way, good luck to you and congratulations so far.
Thank you very much.
So that's it for us right now here in the Ice Cube Curling Centre. We just saw Russia beat the Czech Republic, Scotland beat Japan. Later today we'll have the men's semi-final between Canada and Russia, 7 o'clock local time. I hope you join us for that. Goodbye.